Here we go. Yeah, I think it's okay. Hello, Cecil Afrika. Welcome to the Belgium Performance Podcast. I don't remember the episode, but maybe around the 35 episode. But the first one in English, and I'm welcoming one of the best, maybe rugby sevens players.
Thank you, Gaspar. I wouldn't say that one of the best sevens players, but just a sevens player. My name is Cecil Afrika, born and raised in South Africa. Played for the Springbok Sevens for about 12 seasons. We're well known as the Blitzboks. So that is just a short introduction about my career. So I've seen the world, I've traveled the world. I've played in 3 Commonwealth Games, played in 1 Olympics, 1 Rugby World Cup. I won 3 World Series, and that is my humble resume.
Humble one.
Yes.
Still pretty good, huh?
I want to say like my highlight for my career is 2014. When I was the flag bearer for Team South Africa at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, and we won gold medal that year actually.
What is the Commonwealth game for people for the Commonwealth country? Because what does it represent? Because for us we don't have that. We just have the Olympics.
Yeah, I think it's most of, I don't know the technicality behind it, but I think I could be wrong. I think it's most of the countries that is been colonized by
England.
By England,
Great Britain.
by Great Britain. So that's why it's called the Commonwealth Games, and that's why we're competing in a Commonwealth Games. So.
And for you, is it bigger than Olympics, or is it different or equal?
No, Olympics is on a whole nother level. It's the best of the best under one roof. Like the Usain Bolts, the Roger Federers, the Rafael Nadals, Michael Phelps, Chad Leclerc, all of those guys, under one roof, on the same place. Like you can really like see like who's the guys at the Olympics who's there to medal and who's the guys just to
be there.
Yes, because the guys that is there to medal, you don't see them. You only see them when they get into the bus to training. And then when they get over the bus and then they're back into their partners.
It's not there to enjoy the village.
It's not there. It's not there where you enjoy the village, and it's quite scary, in a sense of you have unlimited access to food or soft drinks, like. So where we come from, South Africa, obviously, we don't grow up like fortunate, So like imagine me coming into the Olympic Village. See all of these athletes, this massive dining hall. You got Asian food. You got.
You've got pretty much everything.
You got pretty much everything. So you have access to it. So you can just walk in and take it. Whether it's food, whether it's cold drink, whether it's pizza, whether it's pasta, whether it's chicken.
You just go and boom, I guess.
So you can eat for days. But then come Saturday, then you won't perform. So you gotta be disciplined and know. Yes.
Distraction.
Yes, and know why you're there, because that is something that you and your team have to discuss beforehand in terms of like where we're going, what we want to do, what's the type of the distractions that we can expect, and remember why we are.
Must be harder.
Yeah, it's very hard because Olympics only comes every 4 years, This might be your last opportunity that you can go to Olympics, or you might not make it. So you want to make sure once you at the Olympics that you give it your best shot, to medal. Because people are training for years. Like swimmers start at the age of like 10 years old, 5 o'clock in the morning, before school. They go to school, after school, then at night, just to go to the Olympics and hopefully medal one day, So. That's a type of sacrifices that we have to make as athletes to make sure that we want to be the best and maybe medal, gold, whether it's gold, silver, or bronze.
But still enjoy the process over there.
But still enjoy the process of it. Sometimes it's difficult in other days, but you got to remember why you're doing what you're doing, and that will keep you going. That will
The
keep
why.
you going. Yeah, the why. Because sometimes in life you get people who's also as good and as talented and as hardworking as you, but what is going to make the difference? That is going to push you further. Then it's going to be your why. Why? What you're doing. If it's the money, if you're supporting your family, you want to be the best in the world, then that is going to push you that extra mile.
Do you think like everyone has to define his own why?
Yes, most definitely. Everybody got a different why, what drives them. Because there's as soon as you face adversity and you don't have a why, then you won't push through that adversity. Then you will just like say,
Yeah, the way
I
you
give
get
up.
lost, or the way you say, well, then
Yeah,
I
they like
find
yeah,
something else.
yeah.
Okay. When you begin your sevens career in 2008, maybe 2009, did you have the same why as you had like in your last year in 2018, 19?
Yeah, my why has always been the same. I struggled when I grew up in terms of like finance and stuff like that. And I was quite fortunate and blessed to get a scholarship in the Northern Free State in South Africa. And then I told my parents, actually, Mom and Dad, I'm not asking you guys, I'm telling you guys I'm leaving. I'm gonna take the scholarship. And I didn't know where this was gonna end up, but I just knew what I'm doing now. This is relieving financial stress from my mom, and for me that was utmost important to make sure that I can give a little bit of like financial freedom. And then eventually I got a scholarship. I played well according to the coach, and then I made our provincial team. And then I started to get a contract when I was 18 years old. My first contract, I've earned more than my mom. Double a salary. And in a contract sense, that was still very little money. I can't explain to you now what is the difference. My mom earned about, say, maybe 350 rand a month. I don't know how much is that in euro. I think maybe 12 or 15 euros. A month. And she had to like provide food, pay school fees, pay my books, and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I actually took the scholarship to go there, just to make sure I give her that financial freedom. And then obviously my drive was to make sure that I can look after my family, which is my why. And then whenever I train, then I just remember why I'm doing what I'm doing, why, because I wanted to provide for my family. And then eventually I got a contract, and then I played for the Griffons when I was 18 years old. And the next thing lead to the next thing, and then I played for about 2 seasons for the Griffons. And then the Springbok 7 saw me, then they offered me a contract with the Cheetahs, where the Cheetahs gave me much more money than the Springbok 7s actually. But then I said, I don't want to go to the Cheetahs, I want to go to the Springbok 7s, because this is where I feel like welcome and appreciated, or this is where I belong. And that is when my sevens career started.
Grow and also
Grow like
express yourself.
Express myself. And at Springbok Sevens, I've learned a lot, and through Springbok Sevens throughout my career. If it wasn't for Springbok Sevens, then I've never would have become the person that I am today. The lessons and the life lessons and the values that I've learned that Springbok Sevens have installed in me for over those 12 years, like family, integrity, humility, respect, all of that stuff, so to make sure that...
Are those the values of the Springbok Sevens? Well, the Blitzbok?
What about it?
The value you just told me, is
Yes.
that one of the main core of the team values?
Yes, most definitely. The values is the driving force of our success over these years, and also like our culture, like through the values and the culture, that is why we've been so successful in a sense of performance wise. It might not be result orientated, but just the way, in the manner we conduct ourselves on and off the field,
Yeah, because I feel like many teams say they've got values because we need to
Yes.
say we've got them, and we like to say, yeah, we are respectful, we are, I don't know, simple ones we're gonna say.
Yes.
But some of the team are not really into them.
Yes.
They don't embrace them.
Yeah,
and I feel
but you must also understand sometimes values isn't something that you need to agree on. Let me not say we as coaches, but the coaches can't say, listen, this is our values, blah, A, B, C, and D. We as players, we need to sit and discuss this. Do we agree on this? Because at the end of the day, once we agree on those values, then we have to go there and love those values, whether we're in a team environment, whether we not in a team environment, whether we with the team or without the team, to make sure this is what I've signed up for, and this is what I agreed on, and this is what I'm gonna love by, and making sure like doing the right thing when no one is watching. You don't always have to do the right thing when someone is watching. So making sure that you clean up behind yourself once you're done eating, pick up the stuff, just leave it. Those are the type of stuff that we spoke about back in 2008-9 season. 2008-9 season when we started this whole process about our culture and our values.
Because before that there weren't like a whole team, I'm gonna say.
No, there was a team, but from 2008, Coach Paul True was the first coach ever to start a base in South Africa. To build something. Like he started a sevens base where he contract sevens players and started a base, and that is when we sat down and talk about our vision and our mission statement and our values and our culture was the way going forward. And then we started to be successful in the way we play, and other teams also copied that to start a base, contract players and stuff like that, and that is how things have evolved, and that's why rugby sevens is so competitive now compared to back in the days where New Zealand and Fiji were dominant. So now there's different countries who does have bases now and understand what it takes to compete at that level.
Yeah. So and also I was thinking to live with 12 to 15 guys whole year round around the world, is it important to have that?
Yeah, one thing about our team is we really like enjoyed being in each other's company. There's always a prank happening on the day, or there's always stories. So it was nice. It's not that we got tired of each other. The more we went to it, the better for us. I promise you. After tour, then we come back, then we go maybe on holiday for maybe a week or so. Then we are home for like 2 days. Then you see the guys phoning each other. What you doing?
Yeah.
What you doing at home? How's the family doing? I miss you. And then
we call it for us. We call it the tournament blues. When you come back, you're in your bed like this. Say, well, I want to go back to tournament. I want to live again those moments with the guys.
Yes, but then after that 1 week, then we came for about 3 weeks, and then we go on tour for about 2 weeks. So we three have been together for about like 5 weeks, and then you get a 1 week off, and then you already miss your teammates, and that is what was so special about Springbok Sevens, is that we really like worked hard for each other, and that's why when we were together, it was quite special in a sense, like of in good family, times, in good times and bad times. We're there for each other, whether it's personal stuff, whether it's rugby stuff, we talk about it.
And it was not only about rugby. It's like you live together.
We live together.
Okay,
and then I think there's, I don't know how many weeks is there in a year. I think there's like 53, 52. Yeah, and we've been like together literally like for 45 weeks of the year. 45 weeks of the year we've been together. You know?
when you go to see your family, your real run, you're on holiday from your regular family. It's the other way around.
Yes, it's supposed to be the other way around. Yes, yeah.
And what was? It seems like rugby was a good part for you. No, what I mean, like you enjoyed everything, every bit of it.
Yeah, like I really like enjoy rugby. to the fullest, whenever I get opportunity to play, because I also love by the saying going, you don't know when is your last day where you'll be able to play or to train, so don't take it for granted, and I make sure that I always give my utmost best whenever I play or get opportunity to express my given talent from God, because I'll never know when God will take this away from me, then I'm gonna miss it, or every grace, like, listen, why then I do that or do my utmost best and now I'm missing it, to make sure once I'm done with rugby, then I know like I'm satisfied because I've left everything out there and don't have any regrets or excuses,
What was your the biggest memory, like if you've got three, made by Rugby Sevens?
Biggest memory?
Yeah, something like, this is one moment I fully enjoyed it and I felt like the most. You told me the Commonwealth when you were the.
Oh yeah, the Commonwealth Games 2014 when I was the flag bearer, and also like Hong Kong tournament 2011 where I was player of the tournament. Like that weekend I played like really, 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 really well, in a sense of like it felt so, I wouldn't say effortless, but just like so controlled in whatever I was doing with my teammates.
Every piece just felt in the right place.
Yeah, everything just, like that, everything just goes right, And for me, like that was one of my best tournaments I've ever played, and there's only been my second. 2011.
It was quite your best season. Because you had like best try scorer.
I was a top try scorer that year.
Point scorer also, I've seen.
The point scorer, and also I was the World Rugby Player of the year. Yeah.
How is it to be like, you change of statue? I don't know in English, but like you're a rugby player for Blitzbog, and then you become one of the best player of the year. What does it change for you or for how people see you? Not even the teammate or the supporters. How do you manage everything?
To be honest, like the other day, someone asked me, is there anything that you regret? And I told him there's one thing that I not regret. I didn't understand the magnitude in what I've achieved, becoming a World Rugby Player of the Year. For me, it was all about playing rugby. I don't worry about the accolades and stuff like that. Because for me, I just wanted to express myself and make sure that giving my best, because I know why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I was so focused on playing rugby and working hard, because I need to provide for my family, and I didn't really like understand the magnitude that I was the best rugby player in the world at that time. It didn't really faze me, because I didn't understood the magnitude, because I was just focused on what's the next job. And then only 4 years down the line, then I only realized actually what I've done, and it's in a sense of that, where guys like Siabelo Sinatla Vanderkok also became World Rugby Sevens Player of the Year. And if it wasn't for me, quote unquote, who like achieved that, to be the first South African to do that, and now they train with me and we play together and stuff like that, they so listen, this is also possible, and then we had two guys becoming World Rugby Sevens Player of the Year, and then I only realized, actually, still you've actually really I wouldn't say started something, but just gave hope where there wasn't hope, if it makes sense what I'm saying.
If even people think about it.
Yes, you know what I mean? Because we always give New Zealanders and Australians and English and Fijian people, we always give them that praise, but we never give ourselves.
You break the inferiority complex.
Yes.
You don't see, we can also do it. Like,
we can also do it,
everyone is human.
Yeah, everybody's human. And so that is one of my, I won't say my biggest regrets, but to answer your question, I didn't understand the magnitude, so that's why I can't really say I think I was the man, because I didn't think it in like that. I was just like trying to focus on where can I be better.
Okay.
Because the way Sevens works is the people analyze your game, like how do you play, and then they analyze how do you as a team play, and then I had to adapt my game again for the next couple of seasons to make sure that I am not one dimensional, in the way I play the game.
You always try to improve then.
Always try to improve, because it's not about always try to improve and make sure that you keep on learning.
Okay, we've gone through two main memories, and do you have a third one? Something special?
Something special? Ooh.
Maybe Monaco Sevens?
Man, 2016 Olympic Games. I met Matthew McConaughey.
Who?
Matthew McConaughey is an American actor. I didn't even know it was him because I was so tired. We played against Spain our first game, and then we were terrible. Like it was very hot. It was very humid. Ball was slippery. We couldn't get into our rhythm, and then I was quite upset because for me it's about if we're not in a rhythm as a team, then I take it personal because it's my job as a playmaker to make sure that we are in a rhythm, and then we do and then we do the basics right. And then obviously we beat Spain, I think 24-0. I missed 2 conversions right in front of the post, but that's a story for another day. And then
that's a nightmare of every kicker,
Yes,
being in front of the post.
Yes. And then after that, I went to the touchline. I was waiting for an interview from SuperSport, broadcasting from South Africa. And then this lady was talking with me from behind, but I was sitting in the shade. And then she's talking to me, and I'm talking back to her. But I'm like, Cecil, you're actually rude. Just stand up and talk to the lady. And then I started talking to her. She said, this gentleman would like to talk to you. I said, okay, no problem, I'll talk to him. And then now we're busy talking, but he's wearing a pair of shades and a cap. And now we're talking like old schoolmates. We're talking. And then obviously the SuperSport people call me, so we're ready for you. And then as I approach the interview, they're busy asking me a couple of questions. And I talk. And while I'm busy in the interview, then I realize, listen, that guy's actually famous. That is Matthew McConaughey. And then I finished that interview as quickly as possible because I wanted to go back to him and speak to him, And then we speak again. We spoke again, and then I asked him, "Can I take a photo?" And then we took a photo, and then that was one of my highlights of my career. Who would have thought that I will meet Matthew McConaughey at the rugby game, And apparently he's a massive rugby fan, and especially sevens, So that's why he came actually to Brazil to come and watch
the games.
Yeah, to watch the rugby sevens.
How the role have changed, on the rugby field.
Yes.
Normally the kids comes at you.
Yes.
Okay, and at the end, like you decided to stop playing for the Blitzbock just before the Olympic. How was this decision? Yeah,
it was a difficult decision. I had 2018 I had a major injury where I had a grade 3 hamstring toe. Like from the hamstring, from the tendon off. So I had to go for surgery, and then I was out for about like 14 months, out of action.
Okay, 14.
14,
More than 1 year.
More than 1 year, yeah. Okay. A year and 2 months I was out of action. And then obviously I came back. And the way I approach the game, I don't like to... There's one thing that we as athletes do wrong, is that we think when we come back from an injury, that we are there where we
college rugby fit.
Where
You don't
we,
have your level.
yes, but like what most people think is, listen, I've been this great now. I've been out for 3 months, 4 months. I can just take off where
I was.
and that's not how it works, and especially the way I play, and I normally let the game come to me. I make sure that I focus on my role and responsibility, and let the ball do the work, and support and stuff like that, and I only could run a certain speed because I was still irritated or my hamstring was still irritating me, or when I was playing on a World Series, and I only could run a certain speed, and people doesn't know that, and even my coaching staff didn't knew that, and that's the amount of pain I went through, and I played, and then obviously then COVID happened, because that year I was going to try and give myself one more opportunity to go to play for the Olympics in 2020. Then obviously then COVID happened, and it never materialized, and then I had to make a hard decision, do I put my body through that pain one more year? And I decided, no, I've done what I could have done over these years, and sometimes things don't work out the way as we would like it to work out. But I'm still grateful for what I've achieved over these years, and truly grateful for what Springbok Sevens have done for me over these years, the coaches and the values that they've installed in me. And then I decided I'm going to step down from international rugby sevens, but then obviously I kept on playing rugby.
Then you went to San Diego.
Then I went to San Diego Legion, and then so now I'm here with Monaco Rugby, playing a bit of sevens here, Super Sevens. Really enjoying my time with Monaco. Great people, extremely good young men. Really grateful to be part of this group.
Of the team.
Yes.
Same for me. And how was it the first time you've seen Blitzbox playing without you, but not because you were injured, because you stopped? How did you not manage? But it must be hard, Or you completely switched off and could be easily watch the game and say, okay, I'm
very. Let me not say critical. Like, it was difficult to watch because not like I know like I can still compete at that level. If I would have stayed, I could have competed at that level easily, because of the understanding what they want to do as a team, and where I see my role, and how do I fit in with it. It was difficult to watch, not in a sense of I could contribute, but just in a sense of what they need to do when they play against a certain team, and I more or less know what the coach expects from them. If they don't do that, then I'm very critical, and because I'm so passionate about the team, and trying to make sure that we are successful in the way, in the performance. But over the years, it's got a lot easier to watch and support them. Yeah, just take a step back. Yes,
more supporter than a player.
Yeah, than a player. Yeah. But it's difficult to be part of something for so long, 12 years, 13 years, and then just
it's part of you.
It's part of me, although rugby is just a part of our life, but it adds so much memories and give us so much opportunities, that we never would have gotten to. Who would have said if it wasn't for rugby, I would be sitting here with you now, a Belgian guy in France speaking to a South African guy about the podcast, over
playing
podcast,
for Monaco.
Playing for Monaco, exactly, But
rugby world is small.
Rugby world is very small, and rugby is a universal language. Like
we've met on other tournament now.
Yeah.
For where was it? I saw you.
Melrose Sevens.
Melrose Sevens.
Melrose Sevens,
in
yeah.
Scotland.
It's Scotland. Like I was quite when I joined the team last year for the first time Monaco. I was like, yo, the first meeting we had, and everything was in French, and I'm like,
what am I doing here?
This is gonna be like a long couple of tours to me, but okay, I signed up for it, and I know why I'm here, and then I just bought into what the team wants and what's gonna make us successful, and understand my role in the team, and the rest was history. And then we managed to win our first tournament in Toulouse, and then La Rochelle, and then after that, then we went on to Paris, and then we lost into the finals. But yeah, it was great memories. I have no regrets from the first tournament until now.
Yeah.
It's been absolutely amazing journey.
Yeah. Before you only played for Blitzbox Sevens, did you? So is it the first time you play for another team, but that not just for one tournament, but while there is a whole tour?
Oh,
you understand? So
I played sevens. Yes, this is the first actual team that I actually played for about like 3 or 4 tournaments.
Yeah, because normally maybe with the co-op team is, for example.
Yeah, for co-op team I played one tournament. Yes,
we just want you, I'm gonna say, to play on the field.
Yes.
There, you are part of the process. Of the Monaco Rugby Sevens, and everyone's giving. You are giving to the people advice and everything, and we are also giving.
Yes.
Other thing.
Yeah.
I give you advice when you are on the field.
Yeah, it's nice to see you when you talk to people and people really like appreciate what you have to say, and then we go out there and try it, and it materializes, and that is actually bringing the warmness to my heart to see what I've learned over these years, that actually it's helping a bit, to make sure that we as a team grow and become better rugby players and better men.
Also.
Yeah.
Could we do I told you, but not a small game, but what will be your 5 tips to be high level sports athletes?
Sure. 5 steps.
5 tips.
5 tips.
I'm gonna invent, but before every training, just write down your focus, or maybe
5 tips. Okay, perfect. Sure. That's intense. Obviously, everybody learns in a different way, Make sure you give yourself like daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, and yearly goals, and make sure that all of them in line to where you want to be 5 years from now.
So define your objectives.
Yes, to measure it. So maybe today I need to pass 20 accurate passes in training. Not 20 passes. Accurate. Some people 20 accurate passes.
That's the difference.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
In passing 20 passes, is easy. Passing well is harder. Yeah. And passing good, I'm gonna say accurately is hard.
Yeah, what I mean? So there's a difference. Understanding what you can do and understanding what you can't do.
Be aware of yourself.
Yes, be aware of yourself, and understanding your teammates' strengths and weaknesses. For argument's sake, I know Gasper can't pass from left to right. So what do I need to do? I need to come closer, not to put him under pressure because he can't pass from left to right. Maybe he can, but now I'm 15 meters away. Then he won't pass, and he's gonna carry the ball. But now you see me a bit closer, maybe 7 meters. Then he'll feel comfortable to throw the pass.
When you play, did you think about all of these in a game? For example, in a game, you see another players.
No, what I do? I always study my plays. The first training session, wherever I go, if I meet a new team, I'll always look what the guys can do, what they can't do, and then I'll make my own summary You know, like, okay,
You've got your player book.
okay. This is what this guy like to do. Okay, Gasper likes to get the ball and he slows down. Why? Okay, because he can't step while he's at full speed. You know, so that's why he needs to slow down so that he can step. Okay, so if I give him the ball, what do? I'll wait for him to do his thing, then I'll support him. You know, that is what I do. My first 2 sessions, then I observe, then I just pass, do my basics well. But while I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm observing my teammates to make sure that I understand what is their needs compared to what is their wants. You know, and then when we play, then I can give them their needs, and then so that they can express themselves to their potential. You know, like there was a guy I played with, like I knew when he was when he was next to me, I knew I need to carry the ball to the line because he likes to run lines because his movement of the ball was like really good, and he knew like if I carry the ball to the line, the defense will sit and he will run into space.
Okay.
Then he will run into space, and then I'll put the ball in front of him.
So know your teammates.
Know your teammates, and then there are some guys that I know, like a guy like Branko Dupree. If the ball is coming from the right to the left hand side, then I know if he's next to me, I'll give the ball to him because I know he's gonna step off his left foot because that's his most strongest foot, and then he's gonna burst through. Then I'll be there on the inside to support him. You know.
Although.
Yeah.
All small pieces.
That makes yes. You know. So that is what I do on my first 2 days.
But that's a hard job.
Huh?
That's not an easy job.
That's not an easy job, but that is what I've learned over these years. When I've become a World Rugby Player of the Year, then I knew people were gonna like analyze and trying to close me up. So what can I do next to make sure that I'm one step ahead of them? You know, to make sure that I'm not predictable in what I'm gonna do. You know, to try and make sure like how can I evolve?
Good tips. Hard one, but good tips.
Yeah, but yeah, if you, like I said before, you're gonna meet someone who's also is. So what's gonna be the difference? Your why. And you find your wife. If your wife is strong enough, then you will find a way to make that to get to the top or be that person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other tip? Hard work, maybe.
Sorry.
It's hard work.
Yeah, obviously you gotta be disciplined and very.
With the Blitzbox, it looks like.
Yeah, it's very disciplined. Discipline and consistency. If you don't have that, then you will never achieve what you want to in life. Because by you being consistent, getting up 6 o'clock in the morning, going to gym, that is consistency and discipline. And when that opportunity comes, then you will be ready and disciplined to take that opportunity and make it a big success.
Steady, slowly, but consistency.
Yes, slow and steady wins the race.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Okay.
So yeah.
William, if you've got something more to say, but I was going to go on the Instagram questions.
Yeah, no, it's obviously, if you do have a dream, make sure you protect that dream and work hard for it. Like you protect it at all costs to make sure that you can achieve it.
Okay.
You know, don't let people from outside come and influence. Because sometimes in life you might do things that look stupid to people. But they don't see what you see and where you want to go and what the journey is going to take for you to get to.
The big discussion we had with my girlfriend.
Yes.
You know, because she's also playing sevens, so we had a big discussion about is she doing the best decision of fully focused on sevens and not going out, not seeing the friends every time, blah, 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 blah. And some people just go like, oh, you're not funny because you don't go out, you know. I was like, doesn't matter. You know, if you know why you're the why, I'm saying, but like if you feel it's the right thing to do for you, and that's what you want, and you enjoy it every bit, or maybe sometimes you don't, obviously, no problem with that, with other people being negative or not happy with your choice.
You know what? Like, yes, people will never be happy with your choice because they don't see what you're seeing and they don't have the ambition what you have and where and where you want to go. You know, if they are true friends to you, then they will let you stay at home because they respect where you want to go and what you want to achieve and what it's going to take, you know. And that is what true friends are there for you, you know.
The real ones.
The real ones who wouldn't say, you're not fun anymore, blah, 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 blah.
No.
But you
say,
spoke to them in
life
terms
now.
of, you know, like there were a couple of times like I was in the same situation, you know, where the guys, I don't drink alcohol when the guys will go out.
You
and
never
get a
did.
piss, and then I'll sleep, then I'll be in bed, and the guys will be out having fun, and then I'm like, I'm missing massively out, you know. I'm missing massively out on having fun, but then I remember why I'm doing what I'm doing, and it was lonely, but I knew what I wanted to do and where I see myself, and then eventually it turned out the loneliness was the right thing to do at that specific time, and then 2 years down the
sometimes
line,
the process is not, you are not happy with the process.
yes,
But the finality,
the final destination,
the final destination is what will give you.
yes.
Okay. Instagram questions. Fastly, you answer like easy and fast in 1 minute. What is your life quote? But I think we already answered that.
What is my life quote? Oh, yeah. I think we did answer that already. If you have a dream, protect it and work hard and be disciplined and consistent in what you're doing.
Okay. Who is your best teammate?
Ooh.
You're gonna break some heart there. I feel.
No, like it depends. Like how would you find that best teammate? You know, if it's
I don't
Karas
know.
Dry.
Chris, right?
Karas Dry, yes.
Okay. Where is he playing now?
He's not playing anymore. He retired after the last Olympics.
Okay. For Roscoe Speckman, do you prefer him at 7th or 15?
I prefer watching Roscoe play. In any team.
In any team.
Yes.
Your best tournament?
My best tournament. Ooh. Best tournament. Hong Kong, 2011.
Hong Kong for everyone, I feel.
2011.
Yeah, 2011. Do you have hobbies outside of rugby?
Sleep.
Another one?
No,
just sleep.
Just sleep. I love sleep, and I really love coffee shop hopping.
Coffee shop
hopping, like you go to different types of coffee shops
and drink coffee.
Yeah,
I like that. It's a good one. And sleeping to get better at rugby, I imagine.
Yeah.
What do you love the most in sevens, rugby sevens?
I like the unpredictability. Like one mistake, it's 7 points against you. And also for me, what drives me to play rugby sevens is that I would love to play a perfect game of rugby sevens, but we know we are humans, and then we will never play that perfect game. So that keeps on going me, keeps me going. So I would say, I like the furious, the fast, and the intense, and the physicality about rugby sevens. Yeah,
that's what makes the games different.
Yes, that's what makes the games different.
Do you still have any? Do you struggle still with some injuries?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll never be 100%. I still got a couple of niggles, but not major niggles. or injuries that prevent me from playing, I can still play.
Okay. What do you miss the most since you stopped?
Playing sevens.
Yeah. Well, since you stopped playing for the Springboks, Blitzboks.
Oh, what do I miss the most? What, the banter
Of the team?
The banter of the team. That's what I miss the most. The banter between each other.
I think that's something special also in rugby.
Yeah.
Rugby,
Yeah.
and even more with rugby sevens, like
Yeah.
enjoying the time with the friends and everyone.
You know, like there was this one tournament we played. You know, like this is what we, when I'm talking about like banter, and like we hate losing. You know, but as soon as we lose, then we speak about it. Then we make fool about each other. Why did you let this guy run over you? Why did this guy ran around you? Look how this guy stepped you. Then we laugh. Then we laugh about it. Then we go hard on each other. But come Monday when it's training, then we focus. Then we there to make sure that we make you better, that it won't happen again over the next weekend. But once we laugh, we laugh. But once we start
playing, we play.
Yes, time to play, try to work, time to make sure that we make each other better, then we make each other better. So that is what I miss the most. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cecil.
Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. And if there's maybe a follow-up, maybe after this, if the people want to speak again, let me know. Then we can make it happen. And thank you for you guys listening to us, and hopefully you guys have learned a couple of tough stuff and have some interesting stories. Thank you for taking your time out and listening to the podcast.
Belgium Performance
Podcast. Thank you for the support, and please tell your friends to come and support us and listen to our podcast, to Belgium Performance Podcast, and we're here to grow and make sure that we inspire people and give them hope.
Thank you, Cecil, for your time and for your wise words.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Merci à tous de nous avoir écoutés, j'espère que cet épisode vous a plu. Si c'est le cas, n'hésitez pas à nous soutenir de la meilleure des manières en partageant, en likant, en commentant également vos questions sous les posts Instagram ou sur Facebook. Merci à tous de votre écoute et de votre temps. À bientôt.